Hey all, it's Seb and
Altair.
we're here for the next part of our campfire tales as we talk about what happened after we fought a murder of shadow puppets. Jeez, Seb, get it right.
It's okay. I mean, technically we did shoot them with the power of mysterious torch.
Isn't it more like we slashed them?
Eh.
You know what? I think it just counts as energy damage in the end, so really it doesn't have any other type.
Yeah, no. It works.
Right. So we just finished with this murder of shadow puppets.
That was trying to murder you.
It was very much trying to murder me. And we take a moment, we relax, and then we realize we don't know where we're going still.
Yep. And at this point, we didn't have the wind, being angry, so we weren't in trouble yet, or Borgo was already on his way to crush us like wisps of fur.
You know, it might have been that second one, but we both know it wasn't that second one because of later.
Yep, because of later.
So, we're trekking through, and we decide, okay, we'll keep going through the forest. We'll figure out something. And we're walking, and we actually find the edge of the forest, and we're both like, well, crap. That's not right.
Because we're supposed to be in the forest. That was part of the problem with the river, which is why Seb yelled at the ravens in the first place.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in this forest, but we can't find who we're supposed to find in this forest. It's very infuriating. I was trying to make a pun, it didn't work.
Infoliating?
I was going with infuriating and trying to put forest in there.
Oh yeah, but foliage.
Ah, okay, that's not bad,
Yeah, I'm clever.
Oh, well, you're something.
Either way.
So we make it to the edge of the forest, and we can see, in the distance, this little shrine. And we're like, do you think that's where we're supposed to go?
But, it's not in the forest, so of course we're having, some second thoughts, because why tell us to go in the forest if you wanted us to go to a shrine in the middle of an open tundra?
Exactly. But there is a path. There's a path that leads back into the forest that we haven't been on since we've just been wandering off the beaten path.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a second. Think about it. Think about everything that's happened to us so far. That was a shrine to Nagruk.
No, I didn't. Oh, we should have went to the shrine.
If we had gone to the shrine, we would have avoided the whole thing that happened next.
Oh my god, it would have saved us so much hassle.
It would have, because he's literally 3 on the list. He's made it to the upper part of the list.
Oh yeah, and he's only 3 on the list because, we have to put them in an order.
Yeah. He could have tied for 2.
But, already complicated enough. But oh my god, if we just gone to see Nagruk.
Oh, it would have been so much easier.
It really would have. You guys will see later.
Ugh. But we're like, okay, ignore the shrine. Let's follow the path back into the forest. It'll be fine.
And we're turning to follow this path, and then there's a noise, which I will admit I might have done my usual head snap go look at.
He takes off, and I'm like, but my friend, please don't leave me alone in this forest.
And I was only slightly out of sight.
Only slightly. And then I caught up with him. And that's where the bear we talked about last time came into play.
Oh yes, because it was a beautiful bear.
It was not a bear.
It was a gorgeous, creamy colored bear.
It was still not a bear.
That was big, and the voice in my head was like, that's an acceptable snack, we should eat it.
Still not a bear, which I tried to tell him.
I was not listening to Seb at the time. I was really hungry.
So, Blood Fury Part 3, the re-bloodening happens.
It was not a blood fury.
It was such a blood fury.
I was in the zone for hunting. I was hunting for the both of us.
Yeah, but you would have kept the lion's share. Also, not a bear.
Pretty sure if I had caught it properly, we could have eaten it.
I don't think you would have wanted to eat it when we caught it properly. So Altair takes off on another hunt.
And, okay, this one is a little bit more tricky, because, the last one, open plain on the mountain, that apparently was not an open plain on the mountain.
Nope.
There's an actual forest in my way this time. So there's a lot of, noise, and crashing, and howling.
Oh yeah. He is not the graceful creature that he speaks of in previous adventures. He was thrashing through the underbrush as loud as he could in a forest of dark spirits against the not-a-bear.
It was a bear as far as I was concerned. And it was not faster than me, might I add.
Yeah, but it kept you on a merry chase for 20 minutes.
It's really 20 minutes?
Blood Fury, only person with sane.
Debatably sane given the voice in your head.
Yeah, strangely enough, the voice in my head was totally telling me, go for the bear. And I was like, what? Why would you want me to go for the bear? It's like, no, you should totally go for the bear. It's a wonderful bear. And that's when I knew for sure it wasn't a bear.
Yeah.
The voice in my head was trying to get me killed in multiple turns.
The voice in my head I don't think was actively trying to get me killed. I think it was just trying to get me to kill everything.
I believe that. But mine just wanted to see if I would walk into death's jaws.
Technically, we did do that several times through this whole thing.
Yeah, he kind of won, okay? He kind of won right up until the end. Right up until the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, Altair's chasing this bear. I'm trying to keep up with him, and the only reason I even keep up with him is I'm just following the wake of destruction through the forest.
It was not a wake of destruction.
You, left fur in trees, okay?
Oh my god, is that where all my tail went?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, you've been blaming me since, the cliff, but no, you did most of it to yourself through the forest.
Huh. You know what? It was worth it because I made a particularly stunning jump through some trees off a branch and totally got a chunk out of that bear.
It was not a bear. I caught up in this moment as my dear friend is leaping through the air and I'm yelling at him, don't touch that thing, it's not a bear. And he gets his teeth into it. You want to tell them what happened or should I?
It was still a bear, it just wasn't a white bear for very long. It suddenly went really inky black, but you know what? I'm sure it would have tasted just fine.
Spirit bear, but not. So it turns itself into this giant black spiritus monster with white fangs, and it roars its head up, and it literally goes to bite his head off.
I might have missed this in the moment because my jaws were really set on taking his arm off.
So I had to go do something that I feel is very stupid. I had to go and interpose myself between him and a spirit bear.
I appreciate it, though.
I know, and it's why you have that little scar on your jaw right now.
Did you hit me?
No, I bit you. I had to get you unlatched from it somehow.
You bit me, Seb, and you didn't tell me?
I kind of thought you knew about it.
Well, there were so many other things on this journey that could have come from, but you, my best friend.
Yes, I
in
bit
the
you.
whole world.
I bit you.
With your giant monster fangs.
That's where that little nick on the corner of your mouth is from. It was my teeth.
Ugh, how could you do this
They're
to me?
really big and in the way. So I literally bit him on the jaw and ripped his jaw off of it as best I could.
My goodness, you could have broken my teeth.
I'm shocked I didn't break your teeth.
Oh, how could you do this?
And so then he let go, thankfully, at the last second as the creature swung itself around to get a chunk out of us. It only got a tuft of my tail. I can live without the fur. It'll grow back.
You don't have much of a tail to speak of anyway.
Yeah, I know. That's why you can see all of the pink when the black fur is missing. I've looked ridiculous for weeks.
It's adorable.
It's not adorable. It's just... It's a thing.
But anyway, so giant, I guess, spirit bear, now that we're thinking back on it.
Turns, looks at us with big eyes, and I'm just standing there going, I don't think I can take any more of this. I feel like my heart is going to explode out of my chest. I don't know how much more fear I can handle.
And, that's usual Seb, and I'm usually like, we got this. But even I'm a little bit like, those eyes are really unsettlingly green.
Yeah, they are. So, I'm like, okay, Seb, you have to make a choice right now. You have to make a choice. Either you're going to die of a heart attack in this forest in the middle of nowhere, and Altair is not strong enough to take your body home so it can be buried properly next to your mama, so you're gonna have to fight.
I was actually quite proud of him for this one.
Well, yeah, because it's the only time you got to hold the lantern.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
I gave him the lantern, and I charged the bear.
It was glorious.
And
I could hear music.
Then, as I got to the bear, it melted. It melted into this black ooze.
It was... Oh, the look on your face of utter disgust was so good.
Okay, but it was like the first semi-heroic thing that I did by choice, and not just because I was following you, and then it melted.
Well, it was because you were so intimidating with your fur all zoof up.
Oh. And then I almost had a heart attack because Sivogonic popped itself out of the ooze. Like, hey, everybody! And I was just, like, screaming.
Okay, I will admit I also screamed because you don't expect that, ever.
No, it was a puddle.
It was a flat puddle on the ground. And then a Toko thing.
That's not
reptile.
Toko.
Monster. I don't know. Just poop out of the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the second god we met on our trip.
Definitely the bottom of the list.
Number 7 by far.
Forever through this whole thing.
And after this conversation with him, I was absolutely certain that was the voice in my head, which made all the little white eyes on those stones, all the laughter, and all the trying to get me killed via my own fears make a lot more sense for the rest of this. This is probably where I stopped caring.
You know, looking back, that tracks. You were a lot more fuck it after this.
Yeah, I was. So next time, we will tell you about our fun little adventure with Sivogonic. This is Altair and Seb signing off.